Hi everyone, welcome to February 2018. So what's new in beauty video? In these kinds of videos, I show you new products that are on the market or upcoming on the market. Sometimes products that are just new to me and that I have thoughts on in terms of using them and whether I think they are worth it. And just some recaps of reviews that I've done if you want more of the cliff notes or if you've missed out on any of those kinds of videos. This is going to be a longer type of video because I am going to use a ton of the products to do my face for the video today. So I will show you kind of very short clips of applications and just trying to show you a lot of these products in action without doing a full dedicated review video on them. So if you're ready for that and want to see a longer video, please buckle up and stay tuned. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already so you don't miss out on videos like this. And let's get looking at what's new in beauty for February 2018. All right, so let's start with some foundation and concealer. These two are both from Rimmel. This is the Lasting Finish 25-Hour Breathable Long Wear Foundation. It has an SPF of 20. I got the shade 200 Soft Beige and the Lasting Finish Breathable Lightweight Medium Coverage Concealer, also in the shade 200 Light. So I'm gonna apply this all over the face and this underneath the eyes. Whoa, I did not expect, I don't know why I didn't expect it. Everything nowadays seems to come with this huge doe foot applicator type of thing. So I'll put this on here. Just a slight scent to it and buff it in. All right, so the positives on this foundation, I do really like the way it feels. It has a very pleasant consistency to it, not super thin, but not thick. It blends nicely over the skin. You get, I would say, light coverage building onto maybe medium coverage, but it is not a full coverage foundation. I like the finish, but I am not going to continue using this foundation because I looked at the ingredients list. The middle two ingredients in the middle of the list are alcohol and fragrance, both of which are not good for your skin. So although I do like the finish, it is not something that is healthy for your skin, and I'll show you what it looks like here, but I'm not going to continue using this foundation. All right, this concealer has a sponge tip applicator. Concealer has a nice finish too. I don't have access to the ingredients list, so I really encourage you to make sure that there aren't any irritating ingredients in this before using it, but in terms of the coverage, I'm getting medium coverage and I like the finish on it. All right, then I have a few items from an online company called Beauty Big Bang, and I have a 10% off code for you in the description box if you are interested in purchasing anything. As with anything that you are curious about in terms of where to find them, to purchase them, or just to look at them, I'll put that in the description box below. So there's a lot of affordable discounted makeup on this website. One thing is that they have a ton of different mermaid type of brushes. So this is more of like just a fun gifting type thing. They are made with synthetic bristles, so they are very soft, but I would say this is more of like a collector's item or just to have for fun. One very affordable makeup company that they sell on that website that I've heard of is Color Mix. I think that's what the company, maybe it's Allura. I don't really know, but there's a lot of items from that company on this website. And one of them is this highlighter. This is in the shade H05 Hippo, and it comes in just a single pan, but this is a stunning, very frosty pink shade. So you can definitely use that as a highlight or on the lids if you wanted to. And the thing I'm actually going to use is by Kiss Beauty. This is one of their contouring and highlighting sticks. Again, super affordable. Each of these is just a few dollars. And I think, I'm in the shade medium. So this is a cream contouring stick. It does feel a little waxy, I will say. And the shade is a little peachy, which I don't think is quite my match. There's also a scent to the product. Oh, it buffs pretty nicely. So I wouldn't say that the formula is the greatest. I definitely don't really think that this is a good color match, but if you do need something super affordable and really travel friendly, these tend to be good products to work with. These two new shades of a new product from Almay that I'm so curious about. Almay is really not a brand that I purchase from a lot. It just doesn't excite me. So I feel like this is such an outlier for Almay to do. These are called Make Them Jelly Highlights, and they're in two shades. The pink one is Unicorn Light and the bluish one is 100 Mermaid Magic. And look at that. That is insane. And would you expect Almay, of all of the drugstore companies, to bring out something like this? It's so strange. I would expect this from like Wet n Wild, but look at that. That is insane. Let's swatch these. Oh yeah, they have a super jelly-like consistency to them. Definitely duochromed. Kind of a bizarre texture. It's almost like, I don't know what that kid's, like, not gack, something more watery than gack, but that's what they look like on the skin. They are more glittery than I would prefer, so hopefully you can see those up close. So I was gonna originally try to apply these on the cheeks as highlights. I think for me, these are just a little too glittery to actually be highlighters. But these definitely fill a niche for some people. So if you're into that, or if you want to apply it on top of a lip color as a shimmer, definitely go check these out. The new Natasha Denona Diamond and Blush Palettes. I did not give these a great review. A lot of people commented and said, oh, you're using it wrong. You have to use it the specific way that Natasha Denona showed in her video. Well, I do appreciate that you can use them in a particular way that makes them better, but in my mind as a consumer, there are instructions that come with this product, and it says that you can apply it with a brush, damp brush, or with your fingers. That's the way that I used them and applied them in the video, and that's the way I tested them. I know that in her video, Natasha Denona, she kind of paired these up and it improved the quality, which is fantastic, that's great. But I just feel like with a product that's so expensive, for a regular consumer, someone who is not a makeup artist, to then say, well, you shouldn't criticize the product because you didn't use it the way that a makeup artist would use it, to me, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. If you love the brand and are loyal to it, fantastic. That is great. You know, it is your money. No one should tell you how to spend your money. But if you're purely analyzing this on ease of use, quality, and quality weighed against the amount of money you would spend for products like these, I just personally don't really get it. There are so many palettes out there and blush and highlighting options out there on the market. I don't see why brand loyalty gets you to wanting to spend that much money on these. So that's just my opinion. But to be fair and to be, you know, as unbiased as possible, I will go ahead. I'm going to use this diamond cream on the cheeks as a base before I powder, and let's go ahead and let's use this cream blush too. I am going to use my fingers. It's a nice lovely cream highlighter. There's nothing like really poor about it or bad. There's just so many other options, and there's nothing stunningly unique, at least not that I think of, this particular cream product. I'm gonna take a duo fibered brush, take the blush product, cream product, and buff that out. Again, lovely color, looks nice on the skin, but I can get something from the drugstore, Maybelline, NYX, both come to mind very quickly. e.l.f.'s cream blushes that are just as pigmented and blend out the way this does on the cheeks. All right, to set the face, I'm going to use the LA Girl Pro Face High Definition Matte Pressed Powder. I did a whole video, application video, on a bunch of new LA Girl products that are available through Ulta. I was so pleasantly surprised by so many of the products that I tried from this brand. I can't believe how affordable they are, and yet how high quality. There's one or two things in particular that are some of the best products that I've tried. So make sure you go check out that video. It may be a couple days till I publish that one, so just stay tuned, but don't miss out on that one. And this is not just a setting powder. I'm gonna use it pretty lightly, but you could definitely use this as a standalone product if you want to apply a powder foundation. A couple of fantastic products from Becca that I want to mention before we move on to the rest of the face. This one is newer to me. This is the First Light Priming Filter Instant Complexion Refresh. It's basically a primer that helps to just brighten the skin. This tone, there's a really slight bit of sheen to the primer. That's what it looks like in the tube. It has a pump. I was not actually expecting very much from this product, but I love the way that it sinks into the skin. It does kind of give you a bright, fresh look to the face before applying even like a matte foundation on top. And then one of my all-time favorite products, Becca was kind enough to send me over one, but I have one that I've had for many, many months already that I use on a consistent basis. This is the Under Eye Brightening Corrector. Now, actually, I see a lot of people on YouTube talk about this and say that they don't like it. They don't really know how to use it. They don't like the texture. And I can see where people are coming from. It does have like a slightly waxy texture and you need heat to warm it up. But all I do is I dab my finger in the pot, I warm it up between my fingertips, and I apply it to this area underneath the eye. It helps so much to color correct, and then I put a concealer on top of it. Or if I want a really natural look, I'll just use this. I don't really need to set it with any sort of powder, but if you put too much of this on, it will crease. So use a light hand, really press it into the skin with the warmth of your fingertips, and I think that this helps brighten the under eye area so much. This new skincare product by Lancome, I am so happy to say I've looked over the ingredients on this item and they are fantastic. This is the, and I will butcher the name, but Rinna Lift Multi-Action Ultra Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 30 Firming and Dark Spot Correcting Moisturizer. It comes in a semi-opaque glass, but you should still keep it out of the sunlight to help preserve the ingredients. But it comes with a pump, which is fantastic. The ingredients have both UVA and UVB sun protection. There are a lot of wonderful anti-aging and antioxidant ingredients in this, but the texture is what makes this product so beautiful. It is so watery, and that's a really nice thing in a sunscreen, especially with an SPF of 30, which is good sun protection. This sinks into the skin like nothing that I've really ever tried before. And you know that I'm a huge Paula Choices skincare product fan, but this sinks in like nothing. And especially when I have oily skin or combination skin, having something that, I mean, just look, it just disappeared. There's no sheen, there's no oiliness. It looks, you know, refreshed and moisturized, but it doesn't have the sheen that you almost always get with something that has sunscreen in it. So I have absolutely been loving this new product by Lancome. And with every Lancome product, unfortunately, there is some fragrance in there, but if you look at the ingredients list, it's the very last ingredient. So although I prefer it to not have any fragrance, I will take this because there's so little of it, and there are a lot of other good skincare ingredients in this particular product, and the texture is just something that I really haven't been able to find in other SPF moisturizers. If you have not seen my new video for the new Pat McGrath eyeshadow palette and her new lipsticks, please go check them out. I am not a huge advocate of spending a ton of money, as you could see with my opinion on the Natasha Denona palettes, of spending a ton of money just because something is high-end or luxurious or has that name behind it. But if you are going to spend that amount of money, at least with the Pat McGrath products, they absolutely live up to every single penny that you spend. The formula on this is unsurpassed, including by brands like Natasha Denona or Viseart or anything like that. This is truly the definition of luxury, if there ever was, for a beauty product. And the new line of lipstick shades, I mean, this formula is, again, super fantastic. So please go check that video out if you are at all interested. And I'm gonna go ahead and use some of these for an eye look. Let's go ahead, I'm gonna put this greeny shade on the lids here, and then I'll use some other products just to create the rest of the eye look. Okay, I was just gonna do the eye look, but I want you to see in real time how these apply. I mean, wow, there's just nothing like this formula really out there. All right, so I will say one thing, there was a little bit of fallout, and the pigmentation is so intense that if you just try to brush it off, you just get a streak of metallic color. So it is not absolutely perfect, but pretty much in every other sense, minus the little bit of fallout, these are phenomenal. Lancome was kind enough to send over a set of their Drama Liquid pencils. These are eyeliners. So here's the set of shades they sent over. There's a sort of steel deep gray, a lighter, slightly golden champagne, two purples. One looks like it's more cream and one more metallic, a matte hunter green, and a metallic, more foresty green, which actually I'm excited to pair up. Let's use the dark smoky color. I'm going to use that in the waterline. I'm going to use this lighter champagne pale gold in the lower waterline, and we'll go from there. All right, I'm putting this in the waterline. Oh yeah. It's super easy to transfer and creamy. I think I might just waterline or tightline for this look, because I want to show, I don't have a huge amount of lid space, and I want to show these beautiful eyeshadows as much as possible. These have a great creamy formula to them. This shade is, again, gonna butcher it, but Beurre de Sienne. I don't know French. This light shade is Chantilly. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful pop of color in there. And it matches the lid shade that I put on really nicely. Something I am so grateful for. This is, I think, a new eyelash color from Tweezerman, and the reason why I want to talk about this in particular is because it is from the Lash Logic series. It is the Pro Master Lash Curler, ideal for almond and deep set eyes. I have almond eyes, and I do have my favorite before this one, which was the Shuamura eye curler, because it fit my eye shape the best, but this one is even better. It actually, even though I have smaller eyes, this is more broad or wide in the curvature. I don't know, it's really hard to explain, but if you've always had trouble with eyelash curlers and you have almond shaped eyes, please go check this out and see if this fits your eyes better. It is a different shape for any eyelash curler that I've had. I've used 4 or 5 consistently during my time of wearing makeup, and this is very clearly different from the others, and the way that it sits in the lash line is so different. So I'm gonna go ahead, use this, curl my lashes, and put some mascara on. All right, I just want to show you this. You can't really feel what I'm feeling because you're not me, but this doesn't pinch anywhere on my lash band, and it covers my entire lash band without having to like wiggle it or finagle it or anything like that. Really do go check this out. All right, the video just before this one that went up probably a day or 2 ago is for Mac's Jeremy Scott collection, which has this super retro throwback kind of packaging, which has its own very strong appeal. Please go check out the video to see my thoughts, which were mixed in terms of the quality of the products in the collection. But one thing I did really enjoy and was surprised that I liked so much was the cheek palette. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the bronzer, blush, and probably highlight. Let me think. Yeah, I think I'll just go ahead and use all 3 from this palette. Another set of products that are high-end and expensive, and I went into it thinking, I'm not gonna really think that this is anything super cool. It's expensive. Other products from this brand I think have been overhyped, but I was surprised. They are the Hourglass new highlighting sticks and the stick foundation. In particular, the stick foundation is what I was impressed with. The highlighting sticks are beautiful too, but I don't know really that it's worth the high price point. The foundation stick I think is justified by the high price point because of the beautiful way and the finish, the beautiful way it sits on the skin and the finish of the product. So if you have not seen that video where I apply all of the new highlighters and the foundation, please go check out that video. Milani came out with a bunch of new products, all of which I showed in this video, so please go check that out. A bunch of highlighting products in particular, but the things that I wanted to make sure to mention to you are the new eyeshadow palettes. These are the best thing this year in terms of affordable, superb quality eyeshadow palettes. Both of them are fantastic. So if you are on the market for an eyeshadow palette, go ahead, skip the really high-end and expensive ones, and go ahead and invest in the Milani ones. You won't be disappointed. I also did a try-on video for a bunch of the new Physicians Formula products. I was not super impressed by these, although I do think that there is a market for them for people who really like Physicians Formula, want something that's super blendable and easy to wear. My biggest problem with them is the overwhelming fragrance that's been added to these and the very limited shade range. And so I think it's only going to be accessible to a very narrow group of people in the beauty market, which I don't think is a great thing, but just go ahead and check out the video if you're interested in the new Physicians Formula stuff to see my full thoughts. Wet n Wild also has a bunch of new products. I will be doing a full face application and review video for these. It's already done, but it'll take a little while for it it to get published. In particular, people are really talking a lot about these liquid highlighters. But what I want to mention to you in particular and apply in this video are the new gel lip liners, which I think are fantastic. So let's go ahead and apply this shade, which is I Got the Juice. This is one of the deeper shades from their new range of lip liners. I love these because they are, without exaggeration, the most effortless to apply. I'm using such little pressure. Okay, and I'm just gonna keep that as an outline because I want to apply this new Dior Addict Lacquer Stick. This is in the shade 577 Lazy. As always, Dior's stunning packaging. Slips out like that. This is what the color looks like. And the texture is like a balm lipstick. It is so pleasant to wear. It's got good color to it. You can build the color up, and it has a glossy finish. So super comfortable to wear if you're not into that drying texture, which has been a trend for a long time, then this is an option for you. Speaking of jelly type highlighters, this is a new one that I've seen on Sephora's website. This is by Farsali. This is the Jelly Beam Illuminator. It's quite expensive. It looks extremely luxurious, and it's just called Glazed. It just comes in one shade, I believe. And look at that. You see that jelly texture? Once again, this one's a lot more liquidy, less solid than the ones by Almay. Oh wow, and that really packs a punch there. That definitely is beautiful and stunning. It has a really thin formula. It blends out super quickly and effortlessly too. So if you want something that is much more dramatic, then you're gonna have to pay a pretty penny for this one instead. CoverGirl also has sort of like a rebranding, almost repackaging into black and white of a lot of their products. So I am doing an application and review video for that also, so stay tuned. I do want to mention one thing that I was pleasantly surprised by, which was this new Smokey True Naked Eyeshadow Palette. Not because I was surprised by the formula, I've enjoyed the formula that's creamy and blendable in the other previous shade rangers, but this set of smoky shades, smoky eyes, I'm not usually someone who does a lot of them, but these shades worked really effortlessly and really well. So if you're someone who typically has a hard time creating smoky eyes or doesn't really like that, but you want to be able to, then I would suggest checking this one out actually. All right, there are two other reviews I've already done that I just really quickly want to mention because they both involve like shimmering metallic eye products that are phenomenal. The first one is super affordable. It's by JCat Beauty. That video is recent. Please go check it out because I cannot believe how incredible these mousse eyeshadows are from that brand. The second one is more expensive. These are the Stila new Shimmer and Glow, not the glitter and glow, but the Shimmer and Glow eyeshadows. These have a more refined metallic texture. The finishes are beautiful, so they are more expensive, but it's definitely worth the money in my opinion. I kind of realized that I'm done doing my face, so why don't I just let my hair down, look like I'm put together before we keep looking at these new products. Profusion, which I've shown in a previous video before, it's a very affordable makeup brand. They sent along some more of their new products. The one that caught my eye the most is this Way to Glow Illuminating Face Sculpting Kit. So it comes in a box like this, and you open it up and it looks like this. So this is great if you want these products for yourself or to gift also. So inside you get a liquid illuminator, you get 3 powder illuminators, and you know these are gonna pack a punch, and then you get 2 brushes. So I think this is a really lovely kit, and I am glad to see it from an affordable company like Profusion. And the other one that I wanted to show you that really caught my eye is the contour makeup case. It comes in a case like this, and given my experience with the other sort of like big blush and contouring palette that I got from Profusion, the formula is actually lovely and it's so affordable. So I'm glad that they came out with a product like like this because it's more compact. The other one is huge, and it gives you everything you need for contouring and for highlighting. So I think this would be great to travel with. Youth to the People is also a skincare brand that I have mentioned in some prior videos. One of the items that I already have used up before is their Spirulina Microalgae Kale Spinach Face Mask. Comes in a jar like this. This is really nice. It's a very nourishing mask. So if I'm having problems with dry skin, this is usually the mask that I will use. And the last thing that I have not yet tried, but I'm so excited to, and I love the glass packaging too. It's recyclable. It looks fantastic. This is the Kaelin Green Tea Spinach Vitamins Age Prevention Cleanser. It comes with a pump. What's wrong with me today? Pump, so that you can pump and dispense the product. So I will definitely be putting this on my counter and using this up. It's a new Zoya collection, and this one I am very tickled with. This is the Bridal Bliss collection. Look at these colors. These just look so beautiful. Not only bridal appropriate, but upcoming on spring. Very natural and fitting colors for spring. All of these are so wearable. I'm gonna show you, I think, probably two of my favorites, although all of these are stunning. This shade here is called Brighten. Hopefully you can see that up close. And this shade is Erica. I feel like Zoya is the queen of companies in terms of creating shades that just have this unique mixture of something. So with Brighten, it's this, I don't know, like sandy colored shade with this golden sandy glitter. I don't know why, I just think of sand when I look at this. And then Erica is, you know, this baby pink shade, but it has this flash of gold and like almost yellowy greeny flash to it, which just makes them so unique. All right, so that's pretty much everything that I'm gonna show you in this video. There is actually a lot more, but this video could go on forever. Wait till next month and stay tuned. In the meantime, I have a new application video coming up for a bunch of new Essence products, another application review video for a ton of new Catrice products. The list goes on and on and on. So please just stay tuned. Please subscribe to the channel so that you can not miss out on those reviews. Thanks as always for taking the time to watch, and I'll see you in the next video.